Hi, this is GAMEZOMATIK and welcome back to my channel. And I thought I'd do a pickup video today. I've not done one of these for absolutely ages. I think it's been about 2 months since I did the last one, and we've had Christmas and everything since then. Now some of the stuff I'm going to show I've probably shown in some of my other videos. I know some of the games were in my top 15 video of last year, and there's a couple of PS1 titles that were in my PS1 collection videos that I did last week, but only a couple. But the rest of the stuff, I don't think I've shown it before. I apologise if I show something and I've shown it on a previous pickup video. As far as I know, I haven't, but if I have, then it's just tough shit, isn't it? So the first thing I'm going to show is I got Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which I know I mentioned in my top 15 video, and I actually got this edition, which is called the Charing Cross edition. The reason I got this, originally I did actually buy the game originally just a normal edition, and then I played it, completed it, didn't 100% it, but completed it, and I traded it in because I thought I'll get rid of it while it's still worth something, you know, because like you do, if you finish a game pretty quick, it's still worth quite a bit, and I pretty much got back on it what I bought it for when I traded it. Then I went into my local game, and it was reduced in the sale. This was in just after Christmas, or just before Christmas, and I think the normal edition was reduced to £24.99. But then in the back, I spotted this, and this was reduced to something like, I think it was £39.99, which is, or something like that, which was the usual price of the game or whatever. So I was looking at it, and then the guy in the game shop in game, he knows me pretty well, and he's talking to me and everything, and he said to me, I've got one in the back that's slightly damaged, and I'll do it you for the same price as the regular edition, so for £24.99. So I come out with this, and the only thing that was wrong with it is, I don't know if you can see, just in the corner there on the slip bit, it's slightly creased and damaged. But a lot of people just throw this kind of slip case thing away anyway. So yeah, so I got this for £24.99, so it's absolutely made up. Really nice special edition. I'm sure most people see it, but I'll just go through it quickly to take this off. You get kind of this box, which in the bottom, you can see there's like a little drawer that you pull out like such, and if you take the drawer out, I'll just take the drawer out, there you go, and you have the drawer and it comes out like that. So you've got the game, then you've got like a book, an art book, which has got various nice artwork from the game, like a soundtrack CD. I love stuff like this. And then like a map of London, which is like that, which is all really nice little extras if you like collecting stuff like I do. But you also get, I'll just slip this back in to the front. If I lift the top off the box, really nice box as well, it's massive though. Oh. You get this figure, which I haven't taken out of the thing yet, but you get the Jacob figure. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, which is really nice. It's quite a big figure as well. So yeah, and that was like £24.99. So I was absolutely made up with that. I really enjoyed the game. I think it's the best, one of the best Assassin's Creed, probably the best since Black Flag. Certainly better than Unity was. So yeah, so I was made up to get that. The only thing is, it takes up I haven't got much storage, and this takes up a hell of a lot of room on my shelf. So that was the first thing that I picked up. So another game I picked up on PS4 was, I know I've mentioned this in my 2015 video, I'm not going to get the big box out, was Guitar Hero Live. I love Guitar Hero. I'm a massive sort of fan of the franchise. I really like, if I can get it, the new guitar. It's really nice. That's the new guitar. It's actually really well built as well. It's kind of a lot better. And like you said, they've changed the button layout on it. So before where you'd have kind of try to do backwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've now got 2 rows of 3, so you've kind of got to do things like it's still not like playing a real guitar, but you know, chords and things like that. So yeah, really cool. The music in it is not the greatest selection music in it, but I do like that new feature where it's kind of got streaming music channels that you can just jump in and out of, and there's loads and loads and loads. I mean, there's probably hundreds and hundreds of videos you can sort of play along to. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's just that some of the music in it, it's kind of slightly a bit kind of emo-ish, I'd say, or you know, a little bit kind of I don't know, sort of dodgy metal, but not like classic metal or rock. So a couple of Xbox One games. There's been a couple of games on Xbox One that I've got and retraded in again. There's a good trading value on them, so I got rid of them. But I bought this again. I have got it on PC, but I love this game, Black Flag. I got this, it was going cheap in the Granger Games. I think I paid a £5 for it or something. Oh no, it was a Cash Converters, it was like $3.99 or something. So I picked that up because that's my favourite. I get another game that was in my top 15 of 2015. It was actually my #1 game of last year. I just absolutely loved it. Tomb Raider, that's a keeper. Absolutely love this game. Not going to go on about it too much because I've already spoke about it in one of my other videos, but brilliant game, Rise of Tomb Raider. And there's some more modern stuff, but I'm going to show that a bit later. So I'll go into some of the older stuff that I picked up. So a couple of Xbox original games. I've got a game called Mad Dash. This is pretty good actually. I thought this would be terrible. This was like 50p. This is like it's basically a racing game, but rather than being in vehicles, you're on foot. Hence the name Mad Dash. So you're kind of running. Play these various cartoony characters, and you kind of got to run as fast as you can. And there's there's little pickups along the way and things like that. And there's the tracks will have various routes you can do to sort of outrun each other and knock each other out of the way. It's a pretty decent game actually. I thought it, and it's only on Xbox. Yeah, I'd never heard of it, but I saw it in a shop and just like the cover of it and thought it looks a bit different. So yeah, Mad Dash. I have got this already on PS2, but I picked this up. I only actually got this yesterday, so I'm just taking the stickers off the back of it. It was $1.99. I know it goes for about £12 if you go on CX, which is why I picked it up. So it must still be quite sought after. That is the Simpsons Hit and Run. I don't know if it looks any better on the original Xbox than it does the PS2. I haven't actually tried it out yet. This is a great game. My oldest lad, when he was he's 16 now, but when he was a kid he absolutely hammered this game. He loved it. So yeah, Simpsons Hit and Run. And I also got Tak and the Great Juju Challenge, and the reason I got this is because I've got the other 2 Tak games on PS2 and I didn't even know there was a third game, and then I spotted this and just thought, oh great, because I wanted to have the full sort of collection of games. So yeah, this is the third game, the Great Juju Challenge. These are really good platforms. Don't be put off by the fact that they're kind of kids. They were on Nickelodeon. There used to be a cartoon, I think, or something on Nickelodeon or something. I'm sure it was Tak or something. But don't be put off because they're really solid platforming games. These games, a lot of fun to play. A couple of Xbox 360 titles. Naval Assault: The Killing Tide. This was £1.99. I like stuff like Silent Hunter, Submarine Sims, things like that. I find them interesting. Don't play them all the time, but you know, they're pretty good fun sometimes. And I didn't know there was like a submarine game out on the Xbox 360 till I saw this. And it reminds me a little bit of Battle Stations Pacific, but just in a submarine. There's none of the playing bits. But for what I played with it, was actually a lot of fun, and it's really easy to kind of pick up and play. It's, you know, it's not too overcomplicated like a lot of these sorts of games are. So yeah, Naval Assault: The Killing Tide. Another game I got. I love this game. It's Civilization Revolution. I love the Civ games. I've got Civilization 5 on the PC, and I absolutely hammered it. But this is really good because this is, if you like, this is like a console version of it. It's been out for ages, this game, but it's just nice because you can just chill out, sit back with the controller and play it. So it's good to be able to play Civ on the big screen or on the big telly, and not have to be crouched over a keyboard to play it. So a couple of PSP games, still collecting for the old PSP. I think I've got well over 100 PSP titles now. These were just cheap ones, again, charity shop pickups really. Tony Hawk's Underground 2 Remix. I've got the proper version of this, I think, on the original Xbox. It's back up there somewhere. But yeah, I picked this up because 1, I didn't have it, and 2, it was cheap, and 3, I didn't actually have a skateboarding game for the PSP. And I think only two Tony Hawk games came out on the PSP. This, and I think they did a version of Project 8 as well. I love the Tony Hawk games anyway. So yeah, this was pretty cheap. This was 49p or something. So I just got a copy of The Sims 2 Pets. Not a massive Sims fan, but again, this was like 49p or something in the cash converters. And I have got The Sims 2 normal version on PSP, I think, so I just thought I'd pick up the Pets one as well to go with it. And this game, which is surprised me actually, and this is G-Force. This is based on a film that came out a couple of years ago. Say a couple of years ago. What year is this? 1997, 2009. I think the film came out around then. I've never even seen the film, but I looked at the back of the box and it just looked really, I don't know if you can see it, but the graphics look really, really good on it. So I thought I'll pick that up, and again it was like 49p or something. And I have been playing this, and it's really, really good actually. You're kind of this gerbil guy, and he's like a secret agent. He goes on all missions, and there's loads of gadgets in it. It's almost a bit like sort of Splinter Cell, but with a gerbil. It's pretty good, and graphically it's really impressive as well. Actually, on the PSP, it's one of the nicest looking PSP games I've seen. Actually, it's really, really good. So yeah, I do highly recommend it. G-Force. A couple of PS1 games. Again, I may have mentioned some of these on my PS1 collection video. So let me have a drink. Yeah, I may have mentioned these on my PS1 collection video that I did last week or the week before. Pick this up, really cheap, Porsche Challenge. One of the really old kind of games. Not old though, it's only number 409, so yeah, really, you know, it's dated, but it's still a decent racing game, and I love these old PS1 games. So. A game that I know is actually quite sought after, not amazingly easy to get hold of. I think this cost me $3.50, but it was absolutely in immaculate condition, and it's a game that I know is quite sought after, and that's Sheepdog and Wolf, which is basically this wolf. And it's kind of a strategy stroke stealth game. You've got to kind of sneak past the dog to capture the sheep. Yeah. So, and it's all very wild. Actually, I don't know if that is Wile E. Coyote. It's very loose. Yeah, it's made by Warner Brothers. Yeah, so you're actually Wile E. Coyote, and you've got to kidnap these sheep and then there's a dog in it who's trying to stop you, hence the name Sheepdog and Wolf. But it's a really, really good game. It's really tough in places as well. But yeah, I got this in a cash conveyor. I think it was about £3.99. No, it's £3.50. Yeah, and it's in really good condition as well. So I was made up to get that. I was downtown a couple of weeks ago, and I walked past the charity shop, and they usually have bins outside full of DVDs and stuff. But I noticed these lying on the top, so I grabbed them straight away. These were at a sign up 2 for £1, so these were 49p each. Mortal Kombat 3 in the actual cardboardy box. Got the manual. Not a massive Mortal Kombat fan, but it's nice to have a copy of it, and I just thought it was really nice to have it in a cardboard. It's unusual to get a PS1 game in the cardboard box, so yeah, 49p. And this was 49p as well, and I actually didn't have a copy of this, and I've been after this. And I know this goes for, you know, £6, £6, £7, £8 upwards on eBay. I've been after getting it, and that's Crash Bandicoot. Fortunately, it is only the Platinum Edition, but I'm not bothered about that. I'm happy to have that, but it's in really good condition. Again, it was 49p, got the manual and everything. So, it's just nice to have a copy of it. I'll have to try and get hold of the other two. Hopefully, I'll see them for similar prices. But yeah, this is probably my favourite platform on the PS1. Next up, we've got just some bits and pieces. I've got, everyone knows I'm a massive, if you watch my channel, I might focus there a bit. If you watch my channel, I play a lot of Disney Infinity. The last video I did was a Disney Infinity video. So I picked this up, Toy Box Speedway. This is one of the new add-ons for it. It's got a disc on it, and what this does basically, it's basically Mario Kart but for Disney Infinity. It adds a whole new kind of section to the game where you just do races in vehicles. I think there's nine different levels in it, or courses, which is slightly disappointing actually. I would have liked to have seen a bit more than 9. But the whole thing about Disney Infinity anyway is you can make your own levels. And then you can race all your various different characters in the levels. You know, a la kind of Mario Kart, so there's normal race mode and then there's battle mode, which is Mario Kart, basically. But yeah, it's really decent. It's supposed to be like, I think Game wanted £15 for it, and then I saw it in Sainsbury's for £12.99. Didn't really want to pay that much, and then when I checked out the price on the till, it was actually £7.99. It'd been reduced to £7.99, so I picked it up. So yeah. Well, this is a game. Back kind of in the 2000s or whatever, or the late 90s, early 2000s, I was primarily a PC gamer, and I used to have this game. And this is a bit of a cult kind of game. But I saw this in a charity shop the other day for £1.49, and it was complete and boxed. And anyone who knows their sort of gaming history will have heard of this game. And it's Outcast, and this is the big box version of it, and I've been after this for years. I used to have it years ago. This is a notoriously hard game to get running on modern PCs. At the time, it had its own kind of engine, some kind of like a voxel based engine, and it was always known for being really hard to get running on PCs. But it's a fantastic game, and back when it was released, the graphics were kind of, because of the engine it had, it was kind of pre kind of the Unreal Engine and everything. You know, it was 3D before 3D came out. I'll just show you some box shots on the back. You can see I don't know if you can see the graphics on it, but you know, really quite graphically impressive for a game this old. But I saw this in a charity shop the other day for £1.49, and this, what struck me about it, other than I was surprised to see it, was what condition it's in. It was like brand new. Other than, the only way this could have looked any newer is if it had had cellophane on it. Literally, it's absolutely immaculate condition. The box is in really good condition. It's got the manual. I took the jewel case out. It's even got the original little leaflet that came with it. The jewel case there, I don't know if you can see that, there's not a scratch on it. I just don't think it's been played. I think whoever bought it originally got it and just either didn't like it or couldn't get it running and has left it on the shelf for like 20 years or however long it's been out. So yeah, really made up to get a copy of Outcast. And the surprising thing was as well, when I got home, it ran on my computer. Now, granted, it only runs in a box in the middle of the screen that's about kind of about the half the size of the screen. But apparently there is a way to patch it so you can run it full screen. But it absolutely ran first time, and I was amazed because I remember when I had this back in the day when it was released, I couldn't get it running at all. So yeah, absolutely made up to get it. So. Couple of PS2 games now, and these are just sort of general pickups really. So a mixture of stuff that I've been after and kind of just other bits that interested me. So the first one is Panzer Elite Action Fields of Glory, which is kind of a tank based game, and this is pretty good. The only thing that annoyed me is I got this from CEX, and this is the thing about CEX that annoys me. It didn't bloody have any manual in it, so which is a bit disappointing. But it's a pretty decent game. If you like sort of tank, it's along the lines of World of Tanks, but obviously on the PS2 and things like that. But yeah, it's nice to have a sort of a tank game, and it's, you know, it plays fairly decently and looks really good as well. Another game I got was Run Like Hell, which is kind of set in space, kind of a space survival horror game. Don't really know too much about this. I just know that I've seen it around over the years and kept meaning to pick it up, and then I just did because it was, I think it was like £1.50 or something. I've just always fancied having a go on it, so I'll get round to playing that at some point. Run Like Hell. This was like 49p or something. Impossible Mission, which is kind of a remake of an old classic game that was on the Commodore 64. It's actually got the original version on it as well, emulated, but they kind of had a remade version of it. So, not to be confused with Mission Impossible. I picked up a copy of Need for Speed Most Wanted. I love the Need for Speed series. This is one of the ones I hadn't played. There's only one, I think there's only one or two more I need to get, and I've got them all. There's a couple of the original PC games, like Need for Speed 1, 2, 3, that I haven't got, that I actually used to have as well. I haven't got Pro Street simply because, not because I've not seen it, because it's absolutely crap. Because, but I will have to pick it up at some point because I've got all the others. But yeah, I've never had this one for some reason. I just never played it. This is really good. I was playing this the other day, and yeah, it's one of the better ones actually. So, Gauntlet: The Dark Legacy. I love the original Gauntlet games. There is another Gauntlet game on the PS2. I'm pretty sure it's called something like Seven Swords or something like that. But do you know what? I might be totally wrong. It might not be called that. I don't know. But this is the other PS2 game, Gauntlet game. They're not related in any way, I don't think, other than the fact they've both got Gauntlet written on. But yeah, again, this was cheap in CX, so I picked it up. I haven't played it yet, but I just like the original. I think it's based around the original idea of the original Gauntlet game. It's got a 4-player co-op and stuff like that in it, so it should be pretty similar. So yeah, Gauntlet: The Dark Legacy. So I'm going to give this a go after this video. Just a sip of water. Next up is Red Baron. This is kind of, I thought this might be related to, remember the original Red Baron game on, I can't remember what it was on originally, it might have been on the PC, but I don't think it is. This is made by Davalex, and then anyone who sort of collects kind of PS2 games now, they're kind of a bit of a budget sort of label. But this was actually okay. I put this on and it wasn't too bad. It was quite a lot of fun actually. So, and it was, again, it was really cheap. It was like £1 or something. It's a decent kind of flight sim along the lines of what's it called? Something Normandy, Secret Weapons of Normandy or something like that. There's another flight sim. It's very similar to this one, but yeah, it's decent. Red Baron. Music 2000. I love these games where you can kind of make your own music. Granted, you can only kind of make 90s kind of bad dance music with it, but it's a lot of fun to have a mess around with. And I got this because I've got the original music on the PlayStation 1, and I saw this and it was like 35p or something and in really good nick, so I thought it'd be good to have a mess around with. It's actually really complicated. I'm gonna have to study the manual on it because it doesn't really give you any tutorial or anything when you start it. It just kind of throws you in at the deep end a little bit. But you know, there's loads of like samples and stuff, and apparently you can even plug a mic in and, you know, do your own lyrics and things like that. Not that I'm going to do that ever because I can't sing, and if I was going to sing, it wouldn't be to dodgy late 90s, early 90s synth pop, so, or whatever. Anyway, yeah, it's good to have a mess around on Music 3000. It reminds me a little bit of the Magic's Music Makers. Remember them? Another Tony Hawk game, Tony Hawk Project 8. This was the only one that I didn't have, other than the crappy ones that came out with the board, Ride and Shred, which I don't have, and I probably never will have unless I see them for like £2 somewhere. Yeah, I mean, this also came out on the 360, which is obviously better graphically and everything. And I got this from CEX, and they had the 360 version, and it was like £7, and then this was like £1. So I just picked this up because I've got all the other ones on PS2. So I've got Tony Hawk 3, 4. What's the other ones he bought out? They're up there. American Wasteland, Proving Ground. I've got them all on PS2. The only ones I haven't got on PS2 is Underground. The Underground games, I've got them on Xbox. So I thought I'd pick this one up on PS2. Next one is Animaniac. Animaniac's the great Edgar Hunt. Don't know if anyone remembers Animaniacs from back in the sort of late 90s. It was like a kids cartoon it used to be on. Pinky and the Brain and all that. A lot of fun. Really funny. Used to watch the cartoon years ago with my kids. Yeah, and I didn't know this game was out. And this is pretty good again. It's just like a platformer, but you have to go. Basically, the premise is all these things, which are like Oscars, have gone missing, but they're called Edgars, and you've got to go around all these different levels and recover them all, playing various characters out of the cartoon. But it's pretty solid platform and a lot of fun. So yeah. And the last game I picked up, which I picked up yesterday, and it was £1, was Burnout Dominator. I've got Burnout 1, I've got Burnout Revenge, but I haven't got Burnout 2, and I didn't have this one. So I picked this up yesterday and it was £1. I haven't had a go on this one yet, but I do like the Burnout games, they're a lot of fun. So, only a couple more things now. I'm going to reach over and get them. I've been playing a lot on my Wii U, which is something I kind of dip in and out of. I've really been getting into it lately and trying to buy some more stuff on the Wii U. So, but as everyone knows, Nintendo stuff isn't that cheap. It tends to hold its price, which is why generally I try and kind of wait till I can get it a little bit cheaper. So, but there were a couple of games that I was just desperate to play and I really wanted to play. So, first one I got was Yoshi's Woolly World. And there's Yoshi. I actually got this version with the ambient. This was on offer in Argos for the same price as the regular version. So, which is why I picked it up, because I've been after Yoshi's Woolly World anyway. Yoshi and Luigi are my two favourite Nintendo characters. It's not Mario or Donkey Kong, right? It's always been kind of Luigi or Yoshi. I just love Yoshi. There's the actual game, Yoshi's Woolly World. Like I said, this version was on offer at Argos. I don't think it's on there anymore. I checked. I was lucky. I think I checked about 2 days later, and it wasn't on there. And it was the same price. It had been reduced to the same price as the game. Actually, it was less because the game's like 35 quid or something, and this was 29.99. It'd been reduced to with the Ambio figure. Now I don't collect the Ambio figures. You get it out actually. The box set, it kind of comes in a separate section, as you can see. It comes in the little thing. I do not collect these in any way, shape or form. I think I've got enough on my plate with Disney Infinity. I mean, I know people go crazy over these things, but it's just a road I don't want to go down. It's too expensive. You know, Nintendo itself is too expensive as it is. And I don't want to get into all that, but I thought since it's the same price, it's a nice little box to have. And if I am buying Nintendo stuff, I do try and get kind of the special editions or whatever, if I can, simply because, let's face it, they probably hold the value a little bit more than other stuff does. So, and can I just say as well that it's a fantastic game. I'm absolutely loving the game itself. It's just classic Nintendo, and you know what? It's really tough in places. You know, trying to get every star and get there's little like rolls of wool you have to collect. There's 5 in each level, hidden, and daisies, and trying to get every single one is really tough. So yeah, it's a really good game, and I highly recommend it. Another game I picked up was Super Mario Maker. This is really good. I thought, do you know what? I'm not a massive fan of Super Mario Brothers, the actual game itself. I prefer kind of Super Mario Galaxy or 3D World or Mario 64. But Super Mario Brothers for me is a little bit, I don't know. It's good, but I find it a little bit repetitive. But this is really fun because you can build your own levels in it. And I've actually found that the levels that other people are building are better than the Nintendo levels that I've played in the past. It's got a really good system as it, whereas it only unlocks stuff as you keep playing it. So it kind of rewards you for playing it more. But yeah, it's a really nice thing, game to add to the collection. And it's a lot of fun, and I love games where you can be creative and make your own stuff on. That's why I like Disney Infinity so much. But no, this is really good. Yeah, really good. Only 2 more games to go. Another game that I've been after this for a while. It definitely holds its price, but I saw it in CEX and they had some credit, so I bought it. And it's absolutely brilliant. It's by Platinum, and it is the Wonderful 101. This is just brilliant. It's really hard to explain this game, other than it's kind of a superhero game where you've got to control a load of superheroes, and it's just one of the most beautiful looking games I've ever seen. It's so colourful, vibrant to look at. And it's by Platinum, who made like Bayonetta and what's the one they did where you were sliding around everywhere? I can't remember what it was called. But yeah, I really like Platinum games, and this is really good. This is probably one of their best games. Wonderful 101. And the final game I got was something that I didn't expect to like, and I absolutely love it. And that is Xenoblade Chronicles X. Now, I've never played a Xenoblade Chronicles game, but I do like RPGs, but I'm not a really big fan of JRPGs, I've got to be honest. But I thought I'd give this a go because it just looks so nice, and it really showed the potential of the Wii U. So I thought I'd treat myself to this. This is the limited edition one, which apparently you can only get a game in the UK. You can't get it anywhere else. I think you can order it online, to be honest. Probably Amazon sell it, I imagine. But yeah, and you know what? I'm absolutely loving this game. I haven't stopped playing it since I got it. It's just really, really good. It kind of puts you in. It's basically the story is that Earth's been destroyed and you have to go out and find another planet, and then you crash onto this planet called I think it's called Mira, and it's very much like Avatar. It's got all this indigenous life on it, which basically can kill you. And we're talking, you know, some of them are massive. We're talking Shadow of the Colossus, massive, you know, size monsters. And you kind of start out with your little team going around this planet, trying to take all these little things out. And eventually, I've sort of read, I've not got that far into it yet. You get one of these mechs, and you can buy these mech suits and then go around and sort of unlock more areas of the planet and go on different quests. And it's just, there's just so much to it. But it's the only thing there's one thing I hate about this game. It's really annoying. And it's got to have one of the worst design decisions I've ever seen in a game. It's got music on it that just plays constantly, and there's no option to either turn it down or turn it off. And so you'll be watching like one of the cutscenes for a mission, and you'll have this kind of Japanese kind of metal track playing or synthy pop tune playing over the top of the dialogue. And so you really kind of need to have the subtitles on to read. Not that it's in Japanese, it's all in English, but you can't hear it because the music's playing. I just wish you could turn the music down a little bit because it's just really annoying. But apart from that, everything else about the game is brilliant. So yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles X, really, really good game. And that's coming from someone who's not a massive JRPG fan. I do like some of them, but this is probably one of the best ones I've played. So, and that's it. That's kind of my pickups for the last month or so, or probably 2 months or so. There were a couple of other games that I have played and traded in. I played Just Cause 3. Totally finished it. I did trade it in because I finished it. So, and the other game that I got, which I traded in, was Rainbow Six Vegas. Not Vegas, Rainbow Six Siege. And the reason I traded that in was simply because I'd kind of done it all. Once I'd unlocked all the things, I only really had the online on it, and there just wasn't enough content there. Oh, and Star Wars Battlefront. I actually traded Star Wars Battlefront in as well. Again, same reason. I enjoyed what was there, but there just wasn't enough on it. And when you think, well, I can still get 35 quid trading for this, it just makes more sense for me to get rid of it and pick it up again when it's like a tenner or something like that. There is one more thing I've got to show you actually. I went to a charity shop about a month ago, well, about 3 weeks ago, and they had a box there. And what it was in the box was Mario Dance Party, which is I haven't got the box to show you simply because it's a massive box and I put it in the loft. So I said, oh, you know, how much is this? Because anything Nintendo, you know, it kind of holds value. And she said, well, it's not actually that. It was the Mario Dance Party GameCube box, but the game wasn't in it, the mat wasn't in it, the manual was in it. But she said, what's in there? Well, it was only £4. So I opened the box up, and what was in it was a GameCube. Now, I would have just put it back because I've already got a GameCube, but what this one had was, it had the GameCube player on the bottom of it, the Game Boy player. And I haven't got one of these. But I made a bit of a foolish decision because I bought it. And it came with all the wires and the GameCube and everything, so I've now got a spare GameCube I don't really need. But you need a disc. I forgot that you needed a disc for this thing to work, to boot it up. And I haven't got the disc. So I went on eBay and the discs go for about 20 quid. So I'm going to sort of have to hang out on hold fire till I find a disc for it. But even for 4 quid it was good to get the play, I think, even though it doesn't work. And this GameCube was actually in a lot better condition than the one I had. I got home and tested it and it works great. But yeah, it cost me 4 quid. It didn't come with a controller or anything, but I've already got a controller. It was just the GameCube, the power pack, and this, the Game Boy player on the bottom for £4. So that was a bit of a bargain. But not a bargain if you can't get the bloody thing on. So if anyone knows where I can get the startup disc for the Game Boy player, let me know, at a reasonable price. Let me know in the comments below, because on eBay they're going for about 25 quid and I'm not paying 25 quid for one. So I did see one on Facebook, on a group I'm in on Facebook. I messaged the guy. I put a notice on saying, does anyone know where I can get one of these? And the guy got back and said, yeah, I've got one. You can have it for 30 quid. And I just thought, no fucking way am I paying 30 quid. I only paid £4 for the console and the thing, so I ain't paying £30 for a little disc. I'll either come across one at some point, or I'll find one. Sooner or later, someone's going to put one up somewhere cheap enough, or I'll go into a retro game shop and someone will have one in there. So I'm not too bothered. But yeah, I mean, the actual unit itself is in really good condition, so just a nice thing to have. So I'm playing the Game Boy games on that when I saw that out. And that's about it for this video. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please click like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Oh, sorry, just not the camera. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe to the channel. I do try and put regular videos up. I'm going to try and be putting them up at least one a week. And click like, and you can follow me on Twitter as well, at GAMEZOMATIK. So please take care of yourself, and I shall be back with another video soon. See you later. Bye.